So if you've ever heard of the famous TV show Avatar: The Last Airbender, then you've almost certainly heard of its aggressively bad movie adaptation, known simply as The Last Airbender. Now, if you've perchance been living under a boulder for the last decade and you haven't seen the show, this video will not spoil anything. The movie has almost nothing to do with the actual show, so go ahead, go watch it, I dare you. So if you know anything about the aforementioned bad movie adaptation, you know that it's not only a bad adaptation of the show, but also an objectively terrible movie in its own right, completely separated from the show. And here might be one of the most famously bad scenes.
My name is Ong. And I'm the Avatar.
In this scene, Aang, or Ong in this movie, is at an earthbending village, which is being currently controlled by the Fire Nation, which is at war with the Earth Kingdom, and the village is being sucked dry of all the resources. Not that any of this important context was actually delivered effectively before the scene, but that's beside the point. We're just gonna be focusing on this one scene. Now, the scene has its own story within the overarching plot of the entire movie, as most scenes in movies do, and I believe this scene, specifically, has the plot of overcoming the monster, because it has the Earthbenders fighting against the Fire Nation soldiers who are oppressing them with the help of Aang and his two friends. So the goal of the whole scene is to overcome the Fire Nation soldiers. Now, I have many graphs with this scene, as I'm sure has been made clear at this point, so to keep things clear, I'm just going to organize my criticisms or things I'm going to change into a convenient numbered list. Number 1, I would hire better actors for all of the roles. Now, this has nothing to do with the shot composition or the storytelling through the shots, but like, I'm getting no emotion from these bland faces. I can't empathize with these brick walls with eyeballs. Number 2, this scene is primarily a fight scene. I don't know if I made that clear at this point, but it's a fight scene. And often to portray the chaos of battle, fight scenes usually have a lot of cuts to show off the dramatic action and excitement. However, I counted. There is 0 cuts for this entire minute-and-a-half fight scene. The only exception is a cut to a Fire Nation soldier saying,
"Airbender should be dead. Kill him!"
and then a cut back to the original shot. And then the only other cut is after the fighting is done, and they're just kicking out the fire soldiers out of the village. Like, literally one shot for that entire fight scene. Obviously, it wasn't a super long fight scene, but like, come on. The movement in the scene is so slow, partially because it has to accommodate for the one cameraman running around, trying to pan really fast and try to get all the shots in one shot. And another problem with this one-shot format is that it takes away the creative freedom that comes with being able to compose your own shots and be able to frame your own shots and have them work in a specific flow to tell your story. Like, I'm not getting anything artistic from a camera guy running around and pointing his camera at everything he sees. If I were to redo the scene, I would just have more snappy cuts and faster shots in general. Number 3, the beats in this fight scene are way too sequential. There are definite beats, like Katara running all the way across frame to go push a Fire Nation soldier. Oh, I'm terrified. And Aang airbending at a Fire Nation soldier right after that. Not before, not during, but after. And then a bit later, we get the pebble that is earthbended at a Fire Nation soldier, and then an agonizingly long firebending move to shoot a fireball. And all these things happen in succession of one another and do not start until the previous action has been finished. And it's really obvious. So if you look in the background of every scene, you can see that all the people in the background are just waiting for their cues. Like, if you look at Katara, like, if you go through this clip again and look at Katara the entire fight scene, whenever she's not doing something, she's just kind of standing there, just like... This doesn't feel like a genuine fight. It feels like a dance scene with, like, a choreographer. And obviously, yeah, fight scenes in movies are choreographed, but, like, they aren't supposed to feel choreographed. They're supposed to feel chaotic and angry and aggressive. So if I were to do this scene, I would make it much more faster paced and make the events in the fight scene less obviously ordered. So in order to do that, one thing I would do is just make the background characters be doing something. So I'm sorry I went a bit long. I'm very passionate about this this movie and this scene specifically. And yeah, so this scene is basically what not to do when filming a fight scene. So yeah, have a great day.